Fellow countrymen and women, lovely viewers, you are all welcome to another wonderful edition of the program Ghana Speak here on Afro TV. We're really talking about issues of public concern, issues of national concern, and I'm here with Nana Baye Akwakun Nketia, who is a researcher, a musician. I mean, what have you? He writes books, everything, he does it, and he's good, and he's talking and agitating for something that he felt is going wrong. TV lances fee collection in Ghana, Afro TV Ghana, Ghana Speak. We want to have a close-up with Nana Nketia to really dive deep into what constitutes TV lances fee and its collection and the purpose and the use of it. Nana Nketia, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, Kenoto. And I'm very honored for bringing me on this show.
Oh, I'm so humble, rather.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, Nana Nketia, talking about TV lances fee and lances fee collection in Ghana. In the first place, what is TV lances fee?
TV license fee was introduced by the British to build local content programs, to educate their people who the British is and who they've been ever since. So it is basically a fee that is charged for watching television and developing local content programs for viewers.
So now, if this TV lances fee is really meant to take care of TV production, or creativity, anything, any creative arts that appears on television, then whose role is it to collect these TV lances, and how should this be managed to make sure that the end user, who is the artist, the producer, the researcher, the director, anything about creative arts, gets the ultimate benefit?
In UK, it is not BBC's role. They've assigned an organization, Capital Business Services. Capital collects it, pays it into the consolidated fund, the British consolidated fund, and at the end of the year, the Ministry of Culture votes it back to BBC as its allocation for the year for local content programs.
So then in this case, GBC in Ghana collecting TV lances fee is wrong.
It's far too wrong. It is not supposed to be. GBC's mandate is to broadcast and nothing but broadcasting. Why do you collect tax?
So looking at the three arms of government, whose role is it to make sure that they constitute a body or a board or a commission to make sure that TV lances fee is rightfully collected?
Parliament. Parliament was supposed to assigned a different institution to do the collection. And like I'm using this production to explain how it is being done in Portugal. The TV license is deducted from electricity bill. Why? Because every home, television uses electricity, and every home that has lights almost have a television. So if it's deducted from electricity bill, kept somewhere, at the end of the year, you can know how much money you've been able to collect. If you are going to give it to a board, then the board call for proposals to disburse for local content production.
And in this case, now that we've entered a digital era where we have proliferation of media houses, is it only supposed to be given to GBC alone?
That is where the issue is. That is where the danger is. If now you are watching foreign content, whereas even what is GBC showing? People are not watching GBC. And the proliferation, the other private stations who are doing more content development, they can't find funding. So they are looking for foreign programs, which is wrong.
So in a straight word, what should be the proper way that this whole TV lances issue is supposed to be handled in Ghana?
I suggest with the production, we have this production. We are suggesting that, one, as is done in Portugal, you can deduct it from electricity bills. You keep it somewhere. At the end of the year, you give it to a board.
So it means that Parliament is supposed in the first place set up a board.
They can assign the Ministry of Culture to do that. And they have a board to that. Now we have your Creative Council, your Creative Arts Council. You have plenty.
So it will be very easy for a board to be set up solely to make sure that this fund is well managed and disbursed to content and creative minds in Ghana.
I suggest the TV license board. The board, yes, the chairman can be GBC. the chairperson for the board, yes, can be GBC.
Okay.
But there should be a board to handle
independent board.
Independent board.
Okay.
So that you see that the board has a duty to perform.
Okay. What are those duties?
Very good. For instance, television is for education.
Okay.
And it's education on our culture setup. Even if whatever entertainment comes from, it comes through our culture, music, arts, and culture.
Okay.
So you set the board. They have to break down the system. The board makes sure that at the end of every year, they call for proposal from the industry players.
Okay.
All not only for GBC producers. There are a lot of even freelancers who are doing serious, meaningful projects. Okay. You just write to the board, they assess your content, they vet it, and see that yes, you are in. That is where the structures, the standards can be set properly. Without that, we can't have standards.
Okay, so it means that because people go out there, get their own funding, they do works that doesn't fall in standard.
Do we have the standards in the system? We don't have it. For instance, let's say if I want to write a story about Ashanti Kingdom, okay, we should have the
board should be there.
For instance, let's say Otumfor Fund.
Okay.
I'll write to the Otumfor Fund in the TV license board.
Okay.
They will assess it and see if this really meets the Ashanti storyline.
Okay.
Then
and it's worth sponsoring or worth funding it. Okay.
Then they give it out.
Okay.
Look, Ghana since independence, do we have any story about Kwame Nkrumah? Do you have any movie about Buzia? Do you have any story about JB Dankwa, the Big Six? If it is NPP, NPP says it's Big Six. If it is NDC, NDC says it is only Nkrumah. Who is to justify that? Who is to give out that clear image to tell that story?
So it means if there's funding,
people are going. For instance, I have a story like that.
Okay.
You write to the board, they assess the content. Oh, okay. They support you, and it brings the standards.
Okay, so because it means that through the assessment, you will be pinned to standard. Look,
we are watching Kunkumbagia.
Yes.
Do you think they will just do anything?
Fans was really assessed.
If fans was assessed, their content was even, the scripts were even assessed first to know that yes, these people are talking about their traditions, and the traditions is true.
It was well vetted.
Well researched. You see, you can't just put anything on television.
Nana Nketia, we are talking about independent board that needs to collect and disburse TV license fee, which is supposed to be a fund that is supposed to promote production of local content. What are some of the benefits if an independent board is set to handle this?
Thank you very much, Kinoto. You see, from this book, cultural and traditions
is one of the benefits.
To help the public broadcaster itself to find funding for their programs. Okay. The history of Ghana. Okay. You imagine the history of Ghana.
Wow. So this will be one of the main benefits if there's a board in place.
Government policies and committee reports.
Wow.
The Brazil connection. Issues from reports, you just leave it on the shelves.
Commissions have been set up. The findings, nobody knows. The public don't know what really amounted, what comes out of it. And you are saying that if there is a board in place managing these funds, documentaries can be produced.
Look at Anas, his productions. Look at how people troop to go watch these things. So
this is a classic example of what the TV license fee could do.
Yes.
If it's
Anas is where is he having fun to do his
He's an independent funds his resources from foreign.
Why can't he access a local funding for that? Creative music, arts and film. Even I'm a musician. Okay. Let me talk about music. Okay. For instance, we have traditional music, we have choral music, we have patriotic music. Okay. Do we even hear patriotic songs these days?
No.
How? Where can we find funding for patriotic songs? They are all there. This system of free education and patriotism. these young creativity, it starts with the youth.
I recall when our former vice president, Aliu Mahaman of blessed memory, may he so rest in peace, there was this short drama that I think his office funded. A madman caning people urinating, defecating around and all that. You understand? So if there's a fund, that is how far we could go, and people will begin to be patriotic over here. Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying, and that's the truth. I'm not creating something out of
the
blue. No, it is the fact. That is why Britain is unique. Can America proliferate?
So what should we do as a people?
As Ghanaians, I know Ghanaians are very decent-minded people. Look, I did this road interview with people on the
street. So you did a research?
Yes.
A research.
People, these are common people like the Kaya Ye's and those selling dog chains on the street.
After explaining this, what you are just explaining to me, all these people, 150 people,
they all endorsed it because this. Look, I went to Gomwa Jojobi. That's where this project started. Whilst writing or sitting in the bush trying to make things out, a guy, they call him Atinka. If you listen to how the guy composes his songs and the way the guy is singing,
but because of funding,
oh my brother, if you see all these people, sometimes I see some of them and I
Nana Nketia, let's push the campaign here now. Hashtag
take it out of GBC. I would prefer that.
Hashtag
take it out of GBC.
Hashtag
take it out of GBC.
Hashtag
take it out of GBC.
And it is launched here on Afro TV Ghana Speak. Now looking at the average Ghanaian, hashtag what?
Take it out of GBC.
What role should the average or the ordinary citizen play to make sure that it's taken out of GBC for a more independent body to man and make sure that our creative minds get funding?
They should just support it. That's all I can say, because it is going to help us. It is going to solve the unemployment problems. So I am a musician, so let me use my music aspect of it.
We're just wrapping up, so just make it a bit.
The music aspect. During those days, the concert bands. When Akwesi Ampofo comes to perform, he comes with about a team of 200 or 200 is an agenda, about 50 people. Akwesi Ampofo, Ampedu, City Boys, there were lots of these people. It all solved that unemployment, right?
Yeah, it is.
Now where is this system?
But there's no funding that's really sustain them.
So all these people are on the street.
What did you say the hashtag is again?
Take it out of GBC.
Take it out of GBC, says my man Nana Nketia on the program Ghana Speak. We are still speaking and talking about issues of national concern. Television lances fees collection in Ghana. GBC collecting it is wrong in the first place. GBC's mandate is to broadcast and not to collect tax, not to collect fees from its viewers and the general public. Therefore, we are calling on our institutions, Parliament to start with, to constitute an independent body. That one needs to go through to come out with a solid content. Afro TV Ghana, Ghana Speak with Nana Nketia. We are saying that take it out of
GBC.
Take it out of
GBC.
Take it out of
GBC.
Until same time next week, we come your way with another edition of the program Ghana Speak. We say bye-bye.
Afro TV, redefining Africa's heritage.